us start with measurement of mass. Everything around us is made up of matter. Matter, let us see what is matter. Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Now let us see what is mass. Amount of matter contained in a body is called mass. Now let us see what is the SI unit of mass. SI unit of mass is kilogram. Lighter objects are measured using grams and milligrams. Whereas heavier objects are measured using quintals and metric ton. Another name for metric ton is ton. Now let us see the relation of units, how they have been related. Kilo is equal to 1 kilo. 100 kilo is equal to 1 kilo. 1000 kilo. 1000 kilo is equal to 10 kilo. That is equal to 1 metric ton. 1000 milligram is equal to 1 gram. 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilo. So let us have a look. 100 kilogram is equal to 1 quintal. 1000 kilogram is equal to 10 quintal. That is equal to 1 metric ton. 1000 milligram is equal to 1 gram. And 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. Now let us see what are the instruments used for measuring mass. The instrument used for measuring mass is called balance. For example, beam balance, electronic balance and physical balance. Let us discuss in detail about each. First is the beam balance. There are two pans suspended from a horizontal beam. On one side of the pan, the weights are placed, and other side of the pan, the object to be weighed are placed. When both the pans become equally loaded, the pointer, this is the pointer remains vertical. So this is about the beam balance. Now let us see about electronic balance. Electronic balance, it has a pan where the object to be measured is placed. Once the object is placed, the readings will be shown on the digital display. So this type of balance is used by the shopkeepers nowadays. Now let us see the physical balance. This is very modified and sensitive model of a beam balance. And this balance is mainly used in science laboratories to measure the chemicals to get accurate measurement. So these are the instruments used for measuring mass. Let us start with measurement of time. What is time? Time is the interval between two events. Time is the interval between two events. In olden days, people used water clock, sundial, etc. to measure time. But with the invention of clocks, the measurement of time became very accurate. The units of time are second, minutes, etc. And larger units of time are days, weeks, months, and years. Now, let us see the relation, how it is. 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. 24 hours is equal to 1 day. And 7 days is equal to 1 week. So once again, let us see. 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. 24 hours is equal to 1 day. And 7 days is equal to 1 week. Now let us see the instruments used to measure time. A clock, for example, a clock, a wristwatch, a digital watch, and a stopwatch. These are the examples to measure time. Now let us see in detail about stopwatch. This is a stopwatch. There is a start and a stop button, and there is a reset button which resets the initial reading back to 0. Stopwatch, it can be started and stopped when desired, and it is used to measure the exact time between the start and stop of an event. For example, sports race, we make use of this watch. Sports race, or a laboratory experiment, or a laboratory experiment. When you are conducting experiments, we can make use of this watch. Clock, wristwatch, and digital watch. These are the watches that we use in our everyday life. Digital watch usually shows in the form of digits. The time will be shown in the form of digits. There are two conventions for measuring time. One is the 12-hour clock, another one is the 24-hour clock. Let us see 12-hour clock. Now, 24 hours of a day are divided into two periods called anti-meridian, that is AM. AM means before midday, that is from 7 AM, 8 AM, 9 AM, 10 AM, 11 AM, 12 AM. Each period, now post-meridian, let us see what is post-meridian. Post-meridian means after midday, that is after 12 it will be PM. So 1 PM, 2 PM, 3 PM, 4 PM, 5 PM, like that. Each period consists of 12 hours numbered from 1 to 12. This is about the 12-hour clock. In a 12-hour clock, there will be AM and PM mentioned. Now let us see what is 24-hour clock. In the 24-hour clock, a day is divided into 24 hours, numbered from 0 to 23. Time is always expressed in 4 digits. The first 2 digits is for hours, and the next 2 digits is for minutes. And here in a 24-hour clock, after 12, there is no PM followed. It will be 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There is no AM or PM in a 24-hour clock. And this clock is mainly used in railways and people who are working on lines for day and night service. And the advantage of using a 24-hour clock is there is no mixing up of hours. Let us have a look what we have done today, students. Measurement of mass, instruments used to measure mass. Measurement of time, instruments used to measure time. And a 12-hour clock and a 24-hour clock. With this, let me wind up with today's topic. Thank you.